Real Country 550 and 92.9 WAME and W225BD Statesville.
All righty, good morning. It's 10 o'clock right on the dot, and we do have some cloudy skies and a little bit of fog still hanging around, but it's going to be up in the 60s today, and by tomorrow and into Saturday, it'll be in the 70s. Hello, springtime.
I know. I wore a short sleeve shirt today.
Excellent. Good for you. That's right. And it's
sun.
time for Downtown on Tap from the Downtown Statesville Development Corporation. And, of course, Marin Tomlin has been, how long have you been director? Yeah, a good while.
16 years.
It has not been. Is that right?
Yeah, April 6th will be my 16th year.
Wow.
Actually, entering into my 17th year.
And you still look like you're 16 years old. Okay, I thought I would just try that and see how it worked.
Yeah, thanks, Billy. Yeah, thanks.
That's right. So, of course, Downtown on Tap's what's going on in beautiful downtown Statesville and features some of our great merchants here downtown. So what have you got on your mind today?
Well, I'm excited to have two guests with me today. Andrea Chimato with... now I say Andrea's Ice Cream and Sweet Shop, but so wonderful destination in downtown for your sweets and your ice cream. And she just has an interesting story about how she got started. And tell us a little bit about kind of how you got your start and when you moved downtown and that.
All right. Yep. Well, I started back in high school. I used to just bake treats for friends, family. People would ask me to make their birthday cakes. And it kind of turned into a little business while I was in high school because people wanted me to start actually like making things for events and doing a little bit more. And so it kind of grew itself a little bit to where I thought that I could turn it into a business. And with the help of my family, we opened up the first shop when I graduated high school. I was 17 at the time, 2013. And we opened up out on Buffalo Shoals Road in Statesville. And then we were there for about a year and a half to 2 years, and then we came downtown. And actually, it'll be 7 years this summer that we've been in downtown Statesville.
Really?
I know.
Wow.
This will be our 7th summer in downtown.
Wow.
And we love it. We do really love being in Statesville. And downtown's really great because it's really social around here too. Everybody helps out a lot. Of course, Marin as well. You've helped me a lot with advertising and also with the great events downtown too. That's helped us grow a lot because we also have a food trailer that we travel with. And unfortunately, last year, a lot of things did get canceled, but really hoping to, really hoping to get that back out there. And slowly we are gaining back a lot of our events again too, coming back from last year.
Yeah. So tell everyone some of the items that they can get at the shop.
Oh, yes. Well, we're a full bakery and ice cream parlor. We carry around 40 flavors right now of Mooresville Deluxe and Hershey's ice cream.
I didn't realize it was that many.
Oh, yeah. Well, we started...
That's bigger than Baskin-Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, what was it? Howard Johnson. They had 31 flavors or whatever.
I think they're 31.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we can't say better than Baskin. We'll say more than 31. Gotcha. But we actually started with just a 6-face cooler back years ago, but we've grown that a lot with figuring out what's popular and just adding some more goodies. But yeah, we have about 40 flavors in there right now. Actually working on expanding that. This summer, we're supposed to be getting Italian ice. So we're going to have some more options to add to that. We also do sundaes, banana splits, milkshakes, a wide variety of treats you can get. And then in the bakery end, we do everything made in-house. We do fresh donuts daily, brownies, cookies, muffins, cakes. You can also order things if you'd like to. So we do like wedding cakes, birthday cakes, cupcake orders. Pretty much anything sweet we'll have. But on a daily basis, you can get our fresh donuts, our sweets, and ice cream.
She did our Law Enforcement Day cake.
Okay.
Big old sheet cake.
It was a full sheet cake.
Yeah, big.
How does that fit in an oven? I mean, like when you're talking about full sheet cake, how big?
A full sheet cake, well, it's a couple feet big. It's a
so you
bigger
probably
cake.
like merge it together.
Yeah,
don't you?
it depends. I mean,
I don't think there's a pan that big.
I mean, you can make it different ways. This one was half chocolate, half vanilla, so we made it in sections and then put it together. Depending on different types of cake, we can fit different size pans in the oven too. So some things are assembled, some things are baked as is too. But that's like one of the many things too that you can get there. You can order all kinds of sheet cakes, custom cakes. We've been posting a lot about it on our Facebook and Instagram, all of our pictures of cakes.
Yeah, so how do people order? Like, I mean, or I guess get a view of everything that they could.
A menu type thing.
Right.
There you go.
Right
Thanks,
now,
Billy.
Thanks, no problem.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything's custom order that way. You can order our donuts and our sweets and anything anytime if you don't want to just come in and just get a sweet, like you want to do something for an event. We're actually tomorrow getting ready to do a baby shower, so we're going to have about 100 donuts going out for that. So you can do larger orders like that, but you can either order with me in the shop. We also have on Facebook and Instagram, you can private message us. And also, if you want to call us, the number is 704-214-8865.
Do it again.
Yep, 704-214-8865. And you can text or call that number. You can find a menu on our Facebook page of some of the things we offer. But what's so great about the custom cakes is that each one is different. There's never anything too big or too small that we tell people we can't do. If you have something special or you want to sample maybe like a cake tasting for a wedding cake, we offer that as well. That's complimentary if people want to come in and try that.
You do wedding cakes?
I do, yes. We used
What a brave woman you are.
Yeah, we just got back from a wedding actually a week ago. We just delivered a cake. It was a 4-tier wedding cake. Yep, we did. We started actually, it was years ago when I used to do cakes. I used to just do the common like sheet cakes, cupcakes, or cupcake cakes. But we expanded that over the years. So now we're taking orders for tiered wedding cakes. Some people still do the cupcake thing for their weddings as well. But we've done things from the traditional cake all the way down to just like a dessert table too, because we cater as well.
So,
Isn't that
wow.
cool?
Sounds
You know, though,
good.
when I first met you guys, I can't remember if it was at the shop or the wagon down at the Friday After Fives. But this is how terrible I am. You know, I'm thinking it's your mom and dad's business. And they kept saying, no, it's, and I thought they just named it after you. It's mom and dad's business. They just named it after Andrea. But no, it's your business.
Now, I owe a lot to my family.
Well,
yeah,
sure.
Oh, yeah.
But
They've helped me
still.
a lot. My whole family. My siblings, actually, they come and help me on the weekends. My fiance and his family have helped me out plenty, too. Aunts and uncles have come down and helped. So it's definitely a family affair. But it was my aspiring dream to open up a bakery. I've just been very fortunate that I had very supportive family, and they helped me get going because I was still in high school at the time. So
Yes.
I didn't really have a full-time business because I was in school,
Right.
because I had to finish school. But I wanted to, or I thought about going to culinary school after high school. And I had applied, and I was actually accepted to Johnson & Wells, and I was going to go, but I had toyed with the idea. I was currently making sweets for friends and doing smaller things out of my parents' kitchen. And so I was like, I bet I could probably grow this. And my parents were all for it too. They're like, yeah, if you want to do this, we're full supportive of it. It's a lot of work. Are you sure you want to do it? They were very honest with me about it. And it definitely was a lot of hours and a lot of work. But I'm glad that I went that route. It's definitely a really fun time. I love baking and I love creating. I think one of my favorite things is creating our custom cakes, just because there's a lot of artwork that goes into them, and it's really fun for me.
She's still I believe, our youngest entrepreneur in downtown Statesville. Is there anybody that's?
I think so.
Younger
I'm
now?
25 right now.
Yeah.
I started when I was 16. I've been downtown since I was about 18.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rita's pretty. How old are you, Rita? No, I'm just kidding. You didn't
We'll
make
get him later,
25.
Rita. Yeah. So, okay, 2 questions. What's the number one flavor of ice cream that
Ooh.
people come in to get?
Oh, see, that's why we have so many, because it's hard to pinpoint one particular. I know of a nice old-fashioned favorite. A lot of people love the butter pecan. That's a really nice flavor that's been around for a while. A lot of people like that. If you're going to go a little crazy and try something a little different, we have one that's become really popular. It's called the Graham Central Station, and it's graham cracker ice cream with chocolate-covered honeycombs in it. It's really good. It's one of my new favorites, too. Because I sample everything. So. The perks of the business get to taste everything.
So that's the major question there is that how do you stay so slim? Well, you own all that.
Well, I put in a lot of hours. That or it's genetic. I don't know.
It may be genetic.
It'll probably catch up one day, and then you won't be saying that later.
So I hear you've got something happening coming up called New York Bagel Weekends.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Actually, we started doing that about a month ago. We've been advertising more on that recently. But we've been making bagels since we started. That was kind of one of like the major things that I started because a lot of my family's from up north. And so a lot of them were like, you have to have a good bagel. And so I started playing with recipes, threw out a lot of them, burned a lot of them, and finally crafted a recipe that came out really, really good. So I've been making them for a while. It's just always been like special batches or my regulars will order them. But a lot of our customers have been saying, these are so good, you have to get this as a menu item. So about a month ago, we introduced our New York Bagel Weekends. So we do them every Friday and Saturday. So tomorrow morning, I'll be making bagels. Every Friday and Saturday, you can come get our fresh homemade bagels. We do a variety of toppings. So we do the traditional everything bagel. We also have onion, garlic, and then we have salted, plain, poppy, and sesame. You can request certain ones, but those are generally like what's going to be in there all the time. And they've become really popular. We're actually getting to where we're a little backlogged with bagel orders, but that's a good thing. So we've been...
So how do you make a bagel?
I was going to say.
Yes, it's a long process. It takes us about 3 hours to do it. So we get there nice and early and get them started. And the key with bagels is they have to be fresh. You have to...
Oh, yeah. There's such a difference between a fresh
really
bagel and a...
Yes, you can't...
and one you buy in the store,
Oh, yeah, because, we have a little secret ingredient we put in there, so I won't tell you what that is. I won't tell you what
I understand.
But
no sharing.
To,
not like I'm going to make them at home or anything, but
but to make a bagel traditionally, like the New York style or like the Jewish bagels, there's different types there. But to make a really good chewy bagel, you have to boil them. So you have to put in the effort to boil them. We have a special boiling technique that we use in there as well, and then we shape them by hand. Well, shape them by hand, boil them, and bake them up too. And then we have a coating that we do on there as well. So they get a really nice shell, and they become just this airy, perfect bagel.
What you getting tomorrow, Billy?
I'm going to ask you if you got any today.
Not today.
It's Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
I know,
that's the special thing with the bagels. You can only get them on Friday and Saturday right now.
While they're fresh. Okay,
right, yeah. Now, if it became... So it's definitely, we're definitely selling out very quickly, and they're becoming very popular. We get a lot of call-ins ahead, because you can do that too. If you want to call in before 11, you can reserve some, or we'll make them for you also. But it is first come, first serve. So we've been having some days where we ran out pretty early, and some people come in later and wanting more bagels. So we're working on expanding that as well. But it's not, you can get them singles, half dozens, or by the dozen.
Okay, that's what I was gonna
But
ask.
you can also do, we're offering now the bagels with cream cheese. So we can toast them, you can do cream cheese, jelly, or butter. And a lot of people love that too.
Oh, well,
it's even better with cream cheese. Now I'm making everybody hungry today.
So you are doing bulk orders.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We can sell them by the dozen. And we have people that'll call in and say, hey, we need a few dozen. You can come in and get them. But like I said, it's first come, first serve.
Yeah.
So we always tell people that
Make your reservation.
Right. Well, if people want to come in and they want to grab a couple dozen before other people come in, you either have to come in right away or give us a call, and we'll definitely make more or reserve them. And
so what time? Yeah, what time on Friday and Saturdays for bagels?
If you're going to order same day Friday, generally we ask about like between 8 and 10 a.m. If you can let us know, that way we can get it in for you definitely that day, because they do take a few hours to make them. If you want extra than what we normally have in there, but you can order anything in there generally like a day ahead, and we can have it ready for you the next day.
So, and can we eat inside now?
Yes. Yeah, we have the inside open. We ask customers if they can social distance, and also wear a mask if they can too, if they're able to. And so you're welcome, though, to sit in and eat if you
Well,
like.
and the changes, it does at Friday at 5 o'clock, restaurants and retail are able to go back to 100%.
Oh, that's right.
They still
That's
ask
right.
for people to social distance and wear your mask if you're not eating and stuff like that. But that
We
was
have
part of the Executive 204, I think.
Yep, I had heard it was going up, so I was happy to hear that, because COVID definitely, I know it set a lot of people back, and we're fortunate that we're still open and able to keep going and that we're coming back from it, but it definitely hit us pretty bad last year, too.
Yeah.
So.
It really
Well, so your hours don't change on Friday and Saturday.
Right
Like
now,
you can't go in the morning for a bagel.
Right.
Okay.
We're not open in the morning at this time. We open at 11.
Okay.
As the bagel weekends become more popular, that is a possibility in the future that we'll start opening earlier for breakfast. It's just at this time, that's how we're introducing
I
it.
just wanted to clarify so
yeah.
people weren't going to be at the door.
That's right, waiting
well,
for
we've
it.
had
8:30
people,
in the
we've
morning.
had people waiting at the door, and we've let people in before too, because we're definitely there in the morning baking. But we've done that before. Had people like say, "Hey, can I come in?" And I'm like, "Okay, you can come in." But right now we're actually still on winter hours, which will change soon. We're there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 7, and then close Sunday, Mondays. But when summer hits, we generally stay open until about 9 every day.
Sure.
So that will change soon, and we'll keep people posted on our summer hours.
Yeah.
It's great. I really applaud, and I've always said that entrepreneurs, that these folks that just step out. I mean, that's a leap of faith.
Oh, yeah. It was a
And-
lot of work. There were a lot of times, where I had thought, do I want to keep doing this? Am I doing this right? Do I know what I'm doing? And
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
but,
all think that.
Oh, yes. I've discovered that. We all think that at some point.
That's it.
Well, we love having Andreas in downtown.
Absolutely.
And it's one of the most, I just love, in my office now, I have all these windows and I look out right over the sidewalk. And yesterday, I saw a child and probably a grandmother walking down the sidewalk. And
isn't that
they had
cool?
ice cream cones and they were sitting in the rocking chairs. And it's so wonderful. I know. I love
Yeah.
it.
I love the nostalgia of it too, and
Yeah.
I try to capture them too. I try to get pictures of
Yeah.
the kids enjoying the ice cream, because that's one of, I think, a really fun part about my job is watching the kids eat ice cream,
Yeah.
because they're so funny. But they love it. The schools love it. I love that we have a place that families can come in. They can leave their kids. They can come in and have fun and feel safe and enjoy a treat.
What's your exact street address?
It's 115 South Center Street. Yep, in downtown Statesville, just right
Can't
here
miss
next
it.
door.
Can't miss it.
That's right.
It's got the big pink ice cream cones that say Andrea on it.
That's right.
Yep.
How does it feel to have your name plastered everywhere?
Oh, it's fun.
All right.
Well, that's good. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, thank
you. And our next guest is Rita Blankenship with Rimfire Music Studio. And gosh, Rita, tell us. So you're going to be actually entering into your 30th year, right?
October, it will be 30 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? Yes. And so, and it's just this little
Yes.
skinny building that has always just fascinated me. And I've actually have toured through it before, and it's so cool.
We started on Court Street,
Oh, okay.
and then we came back around to Broad Street.
Yeah.
And ironically, we are 115 West Broad Street.
Oh, that is so
Oh, how
funny.
cool
I didn't
is that?
realize that I had
And I-
coordinated that
Good.
well, didn't I?
Yeah.
And let
You
me
did.
say, before I say anything else, I am so proud to have a young entrepreneur in Statesville, and to see that happen,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and because you will be part of the longevity and the history of Statesville,
Oh, thank you so much. I love being a part of downtown. It's really been
and you
great.
are beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you.
I know. Oh, just getting so
That's
teary
right,
this
I know.
morning. This may be allergies. I don't know, but my eyes are watering. So tell us, Rita, about your background in music and how Rimfire Music Studio came to be and the name. Just kind of share your
Okay.
story with us.
Well, I started taking music lessons when I was in the 3rd grade, and I was so excited. Even when the piano stuff started seeming hard, it was like, this will not beat me. I will learn this. That impetus kind of dug in. I took voice and piano. In my high school years, I was able to take lessons at Mitchell College with Kenneth Bradshaw
Oh, my goodness.
and Martha Bradner Klein.
Right.
And then a year or so later, she went to Catawba, where I finished college at, and I was so proud to be a part of that. They've changed music education systems a little bit more. I was a voice major, a piano minor with a degree in secondary education. and I did some in the public schools, and choral directing was also a part of that. And I've got about 40 years experience in 4 or 5 churches throughout the years. Most recently, I was at New Sterling, and when my husband took a pastorate at Third Creek Presbyterian as a lay pastor, which is a whole nother story.
Oh my! Yes.
I decided that I needed to support him in that. So I'm just there as part-time helper, piano player once in a while.
That's good. See, it's the complete package. You got the preacher and the musician all together.
Well, you know,
Package deal.
That's right.
Rimfire was a band that we had in South Florida. It's called Rita and the Rimfire Band.
So I always wondered where Rimfire came from.
And being that I'm sort of a gun-toting old grandma, you know, we had, and I like guns, and I was teaching my children about them. So Rita, Ian, and Meredith were my children's names.
Oh, cool.
And then I figured I had a rimfire gun, so I thought that was perfect.
Oh, I didn't know that was a type of gun.
When we first opened, we had people come in looking for guns. And I even...
That's so funny.
Yeah, and I even thought about maybe I should change the name since it's a music studio, but we didn't, and so there you go. That's the story on that.
So you met your husband, though, through
Rimfire, yes.
Yeah.
He was at Jason's House of Music. And,
oh, my goodness.
And,
which is where Wine Maestro is now,
yes,
right?
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
and where I went as a little girl to listen to records.
That's right.
So Jerry was there, and he was looking for something about teaching, and Jason said, you need to go around the corner, and you need to meet that redheaded woman and take some lessons. And he did, and when I listened to him, I said, well, you're really country. And he is. But he said when I put my hands on his little tummy and said, breathe, he was hooked.
So he was taking voice lessons?
Yes. And see, we vocal coach.
So what are some of the services?
Vocal coaches are different than just regular classical teachers. Now, I can teach classical music, but we teach everything from classical to country. I don't do rap or any stuff like that, but I vocal stylize coaching to whatever style somebody wants to do. Whatever, and sometimes I had a guy came in one time that was quite classical in his mannerisms and in his vocal techniques. He was to dream the impossible dream, and he wanted to sing country. Okay, within 3 months, we had him going, it's all right to be an itty-bitty in a big old town or a big old city. Okay, so it's like about chewing the words and the way you do that, because everything, I remember hearing as a child Roberta Peters singing On the Road Again. Excuse me, it was Florence Henderson.
Yeah.
And on the road again, I just can't wait to get... And I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So I knew early on, and then having sung out for about 8 or 9 years in South Florida, that you have to chew different. You have to stylize your voice and your vocal production for the songs. So that's what we do, and that's what people like about it, because I'm not trying to make everyone sing Caro mio bene, like that, right. Like so. So we do that, and we also have guitar, mandolin, bass, banjo, drums. So we have 4 teaching stations. And
do you teach all those?
No. I have the most treasured young men in the world teaching for me, and John has worked with me for about 30 years, give or take a few years off.
And John
Marlar, and he is probably the best kept secret in Statesville, because he is not only one of the finest country bluegrass players this side of the Mississippi, he is also a magnificent teacher. Excellent. And usually teachers and good players are not always the same animal. Matson Adams, who is more known around here because he plays out a little more. John plays out, he just doesn't play around here much. He does the Galax music festivals and the Merle Fests and things like that. Huh. So we have 4 teaching stations. They're also a little waiting area between each thing. There's doors between with glass so everybody can see through. Since COVID, we were out a few months, and that hit us a little bit hard. Hit probably my landlord hardest of all.
God bless Dan and Lucy.
That's right.
Yes, God bless Dan and Lucy. They were very kind with us and very helpful during the comebacks.
That's good.
Because we lost about 30% of our students. Wow. And to the best of my knowledge, I hear about 5 or 6 of them are still at home, just sitting there.
Totally relate to that. It's been bad.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So you do piano.
I do piano and voice.
Okay.
And stylizations. And let me go back with the COVID thing just a second, because what I did was I eliminated a lot of people coming in the studio. In other words, if a child was small, I wanted mom there or dad there to make sure that they knew their child was safe.
Right.
And after they felt a little more comfortable, the child usually says, "Can you just move away?" You know. But I had some that were sending every child in if they had 4 or 5 to go to the bathroom between, and I'm like, no. So we got rid of all of the through traffic.
Right.
And then,
Well, your building is only so narrow too.
yeah, so it's kind of distracting. But me, you could walk a train past me if I'm teaching, and I don't notice.
Wow.
So that's. I used to do homework on a school bus, so I can tune out pretty good. We started, wiping down everything, wipe the keys down, everything like that, social distancing, and I leave the masks up to whomever wants to wear one.
Well, it'd be hard to wear a mask if you're vocalizing.
You cannot.
Well, and you're
I've
also
seen that.
in one-on-one, basically.
We're one-on-one
yeah,
totally
so
every
it's
time. Every time in everything, every aspect, we are one-on-one.
Have to be.
Yes.
So,
I would think.
can you help teach someone who doesn't sing well how to sing better?
Absolutely. About
Because
90,
that is like a passion of mine.
99,
And I can't sing. Yeah.
99% of the people can sing. Some of them just sing better than others. Okay? There are very, very few, and I'm not sure what the percentage is, so I won't quote, of people who are actually tone deaf. I had a young man who could not sing 3 notes in pitch, like do, re, mi. He could not do that. But
now,
when he was about a senior in high school, he came to his last recital, and he sang Colorado Rocky Mountain High better than John Denver.
oh my gosh, how about that?
But what he had was a disconnect between his ear and his vocal cords, because he could play guitar to beat the band. But he even started that a little slow. But then once he got that, he was dynamite.
You know what gets me is that I've run into so many people that play here at the station, and they don't read music.
No.
They just play by ear. I was like,
Yes, there are people who have that gift, and I think it is a gift. It used to be back in the day, there were conceited folks in the music industry about, like at college, like, oh, you don't read music? You know, like, well, you know, yes, but I can play Moonlight Sonata just from hearing it. So, so there is a gift in both sections. My goal is to try to take every child or every adult, whatever, because we have ages 5 to 70 taking lessons.
wow.
And sometimes
That's
stroke
so cool.
victims, might I say, because stroke victims, what they can sing and what they can say is 2 different parts in your
Wow.
head. And then, like, for fine motor skills, getting some of that back on guitar or vice versa, those are. It's a little slow go, but it does work. So
How about that?
you have to take each student individually, because I practice multisensory teaching.
I'm just amazed here.
I know.
Hearing,
Who
seeing,
knew?
saying, and touching, colors. You've done everything but smell it and taste it. And everything. And so if you can visualize all that, every time you do something like that, it makes a little line in your brain. Every time you do it right, it gets deeper, and no one can take it from you ever.
How about that?
It makes you smarter. It makes your
cognitive function,
the
gonna keep me-
artsy side and the math side fused together. It's very dimensional in thinking, and there's a lot of psychology in music. As far as how do you feel? What does this song mean? How do you project that?
Yeah.
Like Beauty and the Beast. A lot of little girls like Beauty and the Beast
Oh, sure.
from the Disney stuff. Well, when I say, what does this song mean? Well, this guy's really ugly and he wants her to love her, and she's really beautiful. I said, no, but when you get mad and yell at somebody, what are you? Well, I'm kind of being beastie.
Yeah.
I said, well, when you're being sweet and loving, you are the beauty. So we all have it in us.
You need to learn that.
I'm going to take lessons. I'm telling you. So tell me, how would I take lessons, Rita?
Well, you just to sign up, call, text 704-878-9005.
Do that again.
704-878-9005, and tell me you're interested in lessons, and we'll find a time or a day, because I teach Monday through Thursday. John teaches Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Matson teaches also Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Matson.
Okay. Adams. He's amazing, and he is such a kind.
Watch him play.
Yeah.
And his fingers never leave his hand.
He
It's
is
amazing.
such a kind and gentle teacher and a beautiful human being. He's got a little girl that's 5 years old, and her name is Vivi Rose.
Oh.
And Vivi is the most magnificent little girl. She has ukulele. Oh, I forgot we do ukulele.
Okay.
And she flies in and goes, "Hey, Miss Rita, is Matson here?" And she comes flying back there, and she's, "I'm so excited. I got stars today, Mom." You know.
Isn't that awesome?
Maybe you can get stars too.
Maybe I
you know,
can. Maybe I
as old as
can.
I am, I still, because people ask me how long I'm going to teach.
Yeah.
And I say, as long as I get that. Oh my goodness, that was good.
That
Yeah.
feeling,
That-
yeah.
That charge, that
Yeah.
feeling when somebody understands something, or when they produce that beautiful sound that is reflective of their best personality.
Cool.
That is so cool.
That is cool. That is very
So do you
cool.
guys have a website or Facebook?
I do Facebook.
Okay, Facebook.
I rarely look
So
at
they
it.
can just you can just go to Facebook and search
yeah, they
Rimfire
can do
Music.
it. And I believe there's an automatic message that just tells them to call me.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, but I did. I actually went to it, so I know that. Rimfire
I
Music.
got off of Facebook for a long time. I just got
Well,
tired
it's
of
a lot
it.
of just for people to get the phone number and
Yes,
that type of thing.
and that's
So-
what my automatic response is about. Call, leave
Yeah.
a message or text.
Yeah.
I will call you back.
Yeah. Cool. That's,
Wow.
pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is like I don't know if everyone's been like this past year, but it's been my year of kind of doing things that I've always wanted to do, and I have never done them. And so one of the things I said, whenever I die and I go to heaven, Lord
Thank you.
willing,
That's right.
that I want to be able to sing.
Oh, how about that?
So
You
maybe
will?
I need to work on that before I.
That's right.
Well,
And then once you get your gold star, you go over to Andrea's and get you a treat.
There you go.
See, that's how it works.
Reward.
absolutely,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful.
That's a great little partnership
That is a good
there. I'm
idea.
thinking about that.
Yes, and I can use flyers from your place to mine
And
because
I love the way you do too. I play the piano too, so I love that.
well, and you know, like some people, they have to do visuals and learn to move, and it's a different process for each student. Some do not have that ear to
Right.
take off like that. Others do. If you can do both,
Yeah.
what you do.
Wonderful.
That is cool.
Well,
Very
ladies,
cool.
it has been a pleasure this morning, and thank you so much.
most welcome.
Thank you. It's been great.
Yeah,
This is lovely.
love it. So, yeah, thank you, Billy.
Oh, well, I was just reading where, let's see, John
Oh, we got
Ferguson
some-
says, best ice cream in North Carolina.
Thank you.
But then, always love working with Rita. She is awesome. A true icon for private education in Statesville. She is one of Statesville's hidden treasures for sure. And that was Matson.
Yeah, he loves me. He might be a little bit biased, but I love our boys, myself and Matson and John. We are a family.
Yeah, that's cool.
We work together. Somebody said, "Well, John works for you, or Matson works for you." He said, "No, they work with me,
There you go. That's right.
and we have each other's back 100%."
That's the way it's got to be. So,
I'm inspired.
yes, there you are. So, anything coming up that we need to know about? I guess we're still.
Lord.
I get more questions on. Are we going to do the Friday?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know,
But it's one of those things that's up in the air.
It is up in the air because we're still limited. You can't have these mass gatherings
Right.
in a confined area. But we're kind of talking about some new ideas that might
Very nice.
change it up a little bit, but still allow people to kind of come down and enjoy some music. Maybe not in the same type of music
way.
that we were having, but
Right.
until we can get a little further into the summer,
Okay.
we're going to try something different.
Maybe we could get Matson or John to get together and do a little bit of their variations in styles.
That's true.
Absolutely, yeah. So there's some
I'll come
things that
serve
we're
ice
working
cream
on,
for you, so.
and then again, it was positive news with
There you
with Friday's change. So we are working to get some clarification on such as art crawls and things
Sure,
like that.
all
So,
that's
yeah.
coming. Thank you so much, Marin.
Thank you.
All right, downtown Statesville's the place to be, where it all comes together. Are we still doing that? Where it all comes
I
together?
like that.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Sometimes I'm out of the loop.
It
you know,
really does. It
that's
all
right.
comes together in
Yes,
downtown.
Yes, it does. All right, 25 till 11.
Weather's changing, Billy Buck.
Yep, it sure is.
And, believe it or not, it's going to get warm and all the wet's going to dry up and critters going to come in the house. And going into the spring, we get a lot of ants. Mm-hmm. And, we have